CPAN League Season 3 just got started. Good morning, everybody. My name is Alawale Vile, and I will be showing you some wonderful games. I'll be picking, selecting games, and I'll be showing to my entire chess pupils, players, enthusiasts, and all exciting moments, exciting games in the tournament. We'll have some games that we can learn from. Most of the time, everything is for learning, and there's some we have for the fun. Just have to just spice it all up so it won't look that boring. Okay, this is a game between Oladejo Tunde from the Cypher's team against Balogun Femi of Facility Control. Facility Control ended up winning the whole game. We could say was one of the deciders of the game. Anyway, they won 3.5 to 2.5 points. Now here, Oladejo was playing against international master Balogun Femi. That's the latest grandmaster. International master in Nigeria. So he played e4. Oladejo Tunde played e4, and everybody knows, every schoolboy knows in Nigeria that once he play e4 against international master Balogun Femi, he's going to play d6. He's just Pirc. In fact, it was opportune to play against the world champion. That's the only African that played against the reigning world champion. He played against Magnus Carlsen, and guess what? Magnus played e4. He played d6. Pirc. So let's see. E4, d6, d4, g6, because this is zone. Bishop c4, bishop g7, bishop e3, knight f6, f3, castle. Now, most of the time, this is the main line. At times, black can decide to play d5, and what it's trying to do is just to rip out white's pawn structure from the beginning. Focus on the fact that after if bishop times d5, knight takes, e takes, queen takes, and knight c3, queen a5. Now from here, you will see that the pawn structure for white is not too encouraging just because of the f3 pawn, but it's playable, of course, and depending on your interest in this kind of positions. So some white players have won, and mostly black players have also won this position. So let's go back to the main course. Castle, knight c3, c6, queen d2, d5, bishop back to b3, then d takes pawn, knight takes pawn. Now I believe that e takes pawn will have been a better move in this situation, because white will even try to castle the queen side. So what other better way of making the attack much more looking much more serious, if not by taking f times e4, then the knight develops to f3, then the king can castle queen side, something like this. Let me just quickly show you. To be more, I think this would be much more preferable. In my opinion, is pawn takes pawn, and pawn takes pawn, and what the plan is to develop the knight, castle to this side, castle, and you can start matching pawns towards the queen side, because all the white pieces now facing the king side. You can start matching the pawns towards the king side. But for one reason or the other, white played knight takes pawn, and knight takes pawn. Actually, I don't like this at all. Develops knight bd7, knight f6, then castles queen side, castling queen side. Okay. Black played a5. Wonderful move. a5. After a5, we have the likes of h4, which this, in my opinion, is a blunder, because right now this game was played before, probably in 2002 in Germany, between Mr. Roth and Mr. Kunz. Mr. Roth was rated 1929 and Mr. Kunz was rated 1824. The game ended up in a draw. But in this position, white played a3, at least creating a safe haven for the bishop to just dash back inside the moment black decides to play a4. I'm sorry, I don't know why that one is not coming in. Okay, and let me see if Okay, good. So it's creating a safe haven for the bishop there. But like I said, here center played h4. He wants to attack the king side. Of course, once you've castled queen side, you have to attack on the king side, and black has to start attacking on the queen side. Wherever the king is, whoever gets to the king first. But in this situation, I think black has the better position of getting to the king first. A4, bishop c4, b5. Now the bishop has to run. See, now one more attacker that is looking at the king side has been chased away, and queen d5, keeping an eye, looking at the pawn, keeping one close eye on the pawn here on a2. So c4 was necessary, but pawn takes, queen here. Now we have bishop e6, bishop e6. Now one more piece is still snoring at home, which needs to be activated as fast as possible, or hell is going to break loose. But from this position, white is already losing anyway. Knight to h3, and we have pawn to a3, knight to f4. Well, pawn takes, pawn check, the queen takes, and now we have an intermezzo move. Why? If the queen captures, then black will have this pawn also. But this capturing the queen, of course, like I said, the position is already bad. Capturing the queen doesn't solve or help him. Now he's going to lose a piece. Pawn takes check, that's an intermezzo. The king takes, and now knight takes. Why? Keeping an eye on this bishop as well. You can see the bishop here is also on attack. Hence, the bishop had to run, and now we have rook check. King disappeared to c1, and we have the rook takes. Now this is it. Very nice invasion. The rook on the second rank. Once the rook gets to the second rank, it's superbly powerful. I could remember one of this junior chess player in name of O'Neill. When I asked him one day, I was like, how did you win? How did you win your game? And it was like, you taught us that if you have one rook on this second rank or on seventh rank, it's very, very powerful. I said yes, of course. And I said, now imagine two rooks here, bishop out, check first, the king up, rook b2 check, the king disappears, and we have a rook check, please. King comes in, knight check. Wow, brilliant. The king comes to c1, rook b1 check, king comes there. Then the second rook goes, king takes knight, bishop takes knight, and now black wins easily. White just resigned. Well, this is the first game. This is one exacting game between international master Balogun Femi. We believe we'll have more of these games to show you as the league goes on. And for everybody that is out there that's going to be playing white, in case you're going to meet with international master Balogun Femi, please start preparing a repertoire with the white pieces. Thank you very much. Bye for now.